This is Blue Gold News Now, your spot for current events, campus news, and everything in between. Now live from Tower Studio, it's BNN with your hosts, Elizabeth Lindahl and Samantha Burnett.
Good evening, I'm Samantha Burnett.
And I'm Elizabeth Lindahl.
Coming up tonight, a new movie coming out to support local unhoused.
A preview of the African dinner on campus.
And your weekly recap of Blue Gold Sports on BNN Blitz.
But first, how UWEC students and community members are celebrating their identities. Last weekend was UWEC's annual Fireball. The Fireball is a drag ball held annually in Davies. The event features a full drag show, drinks, food, and other performances. This year, the ball had a theme of freedom. The theme was to acknowledge the legislation that has been passed over the past year and allow for people to come together and celebrate that they all are still who they are, even if some of those freedoms are being taken away from them. The show was hosted by Coco Latte and Chloe World. There are also performances by Diablo, Taylor Ashton, Shiance, and more. The proceeds from this year's ball went to the UWEC Campus Food Pantry and other organizations to promote inclusion. The event also featured an after-party. The Fireball will be back next year in late February. You know, Sam, I think it's a really great opportunity that we have this kind of a drag ball here on campus and that there are other community members who get to get involved in it.
Yeah, it's a really good event for people to be able to express themselves. And I think it's really cool that they're giving those donations to the campus, what is it called?
The Campus Food Pantry?
Yes, the food pantry. I think that's really nice that they're supporting people by having the event and then also helping by donating the revenues.
Absolutely.
Eau Claire City Council is proposing to create a fiscal stability committee. The proposed council would include 5 members from the city council who would meet to discuss strategies to combat the city's structural deficit. According to WKOW City Manager Stephanie Hirsch, stated the deficit is due to factors like inflation, not enough money from the state, and tax levy limits. If the proposed committee is passed, the group would explore strategies such as service reductions or looking for new revenue sources. If the committee is approved, it would aid in the development of the 2026 city budget and the possible formation of an expanded community fiscal stability task force to allow for public involvement. City Council will consider implementing the committee at Tuesday's meeting.
Well, coming up after the break, a preview of the African dinner.
And a look into how one local organization is sharing information on homelessness in Eau Claire.
Stay tuned.
B5.
Well, I got a 7, so +2.
This doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, we should probably read the directions next time.
Probably. You know what does make sense? Game show. Hi, I'm Abe.
And I'm Somerset.
We're the host of the game show.
If you want to see us play more games like this, or Jeopardy!
Or The Price is Right.
Check us out on mytv10.uwec.edu.
And if you ever want to be in one of our episodes, make sure to scan the QR code somewhere on the screen. Peace.
Welcome back. Tonight is the annual Black Student Union's African Dinner. BSU invites campus members and community members to attend a meal and learn more about their culture. The event features music, food, dance, storytelling, and an overall celebration of African culture. There will also be trivia on their culture. The event is free and open to the public. The event is a way that BSU is promoting Black History Month this month on campus. The goal of this event is to immerse people into an African culture and allow for them to experience the rich history of Africa.
This Friday, February 28th, Hope Gospel Mission is screening a new film featuring homelessness across the U.S. The film, titled No Address, includes true stories showcasing the reality and struggles of homelessness in America. Hope Gospel Mission hopes this film will encourage people to explore these realities. Hope Gospel Mission is a homeless and addiction recovery center in Eau Claire. They are not only focused on promoting shelter and resources for those who are struggling with this, but are also trying to spread the word and show people what others are going through. Last October, they featured the film Americans with No Address, which was a documentary that explored homelessness across 20 cities. Both of these films by Hope Gospel Mission aim to raise awareness and understanding of the issues that people face in the wake of addiction and homelessness. No Address will be shown until March 5th at the Midcon Downtown Cinema. I think it's really great what Eau Claire does for those who are homeless. It's something that's really difficult to go through. I've done different stories on homelessness here in Eau Claire, and hearing those stories, it's such a hard thing for them to go through. And to be able to have these different resources and places like Hope Gospel Mission trying to get that word out about what they go through, it's a really great thing.
Yeah, and I mean, I've worked with these different organizations over the years, and they really do have the passion to help with the Eau Claire community. And these people, they just want, a little bit of extra support. And
Yeah.
any way that we can give back and acknowledge that is, I think, a really great thing.
Yeah, for sure. They definitely appreciate it.
Absolutely. Well, BNN will be right back after this break.
Stick around for your weather forecast and an update on Blue Gold Sports on BNN Blitz.
Did you read the instructions before doing this?
No, I never knew.
I think with it stating desk.
Mm-mm.
I didn't bring water or anything. I was gonna bring milk, and I forgot.
Another competitor has entered the stage.
This wasn't planned at all.
Don't miss out on the fun. Tune in to Handful on MyTV10.
Thank you, Sam and Elizabeth. Good evening. I'm Evan Rosnick at the Your Weather Report tonight. Today was warmer than we've been seeing nearly all month, with an average temperature of 42 degrees. It's also been pretty sunny, so make sure you grab those sunglasses and that sunscreen. As we continue into the week, we'll be seeing even more of a warm-up. Friday has a high of 45 degrees before we dip back into the 20s on Saturday. Sunday brings us back into 40 degrees here, and Monday will be up in the 50s with a high of 52 degrees. Tuesday we'll have a high of 48 degrees, and on Wednesday there will be a high of 39 back in the 30s. We'll also have a slight chance for some precipitation later on in the week. So looking around the region overall, Chippewa Falls is sitting at a nice 41 degrees, while Menominee is sitting at 44. Lake City, like Eau Claire, sitting at a nice 46 degrees, and we have Red Wing, Minnesota, sitting at 47. The bustling metro area of Minneapolis is like Eau Claire and Red Wing is at 46 degrees, and we have Bloomington here at 47 degrees. That's all for this week. Be sure to tune in next week to see if we're in a spring of deception or if we've hit spring for real. For BNN, I'm Evan Rosnick. Back to you, Elizabeth and Sam.
Thanks, Evan. BNN Blitz is back this week with more Blue Gold Sports updates.
Over to you, David and Eli.
Welcome to BNN Blitz. I'm David Abel.
And I'm Eli Bennis with your weekly recap of Blue Gold Sports action.
UWEC's men's hockey team earned the third seed in the WAC tournament and hosted Northland College February 21st and 22nd at Hobbs Ice Arena. Entering Friday's game, the Blue Golds held Northland College scoreless in 3 matchups in the regular season, outscoring them 13-0. 6 minutes and 43 seconds into the first period, the Blue Golds striked off of a Max Dronin goal. Dronin would not stop there, scoring 2 more goals and completing a hat-trick in the first period. The freshman entered the game with 4 goals on the season. The Blue Golds added two more goals during the second period, giving them a 5-0 lead in the second period. Northland's Logan Gallagher would net the only score for the visiting team in the game with a second period goal. The Blue Golds received 3 more goals before the game's end, defeating Northland 8-1. Eau Claire succeeded in the face-offs, winning 38 out of 60. On Saturday, needing 1 more to win to advance to the second round. They got off to a quick start with a Kyler Grundy score early in the first period. There wasn't another score until the third period, where Grundy would find the back of the net again, putting the Blue Golds up 2-0. A power play score from Jordan Randall and a goal from Dane Hoyard in the third period propelled the Blue Golds to a 4-0 victory. Northland had just 15 shots versus the Blue Golds' 45. With a series sweep, the Blue Golds will hit the road, facing Stevens Point on February 28th and March 1st at KB Wilt Arena.
On Monday, February 24th, UW Eau Claire men's basketball faced UW Oshkosh in the first round of the WIAC tournament at the Sonatag Center in Eau Claire. Oshkosh entered the game 13-12, coming off of a regular season finale with a win over UW Stout 71-55 at home. The 16-9 Blue Golds lost their last game of the regular season 80-65, falling to UW Whitewater at home on senior night. At the 11:37 mark in the first half, a Gunner T-Bond 3 gave the Blue Golds a 12-5 lead. Later in the first half, with 6:20 left in the half, Carter Litzen threw down a dunk, launching the Blue Golds to a 10-point advantage, leading Oshkosh 21-11. 4 seconds left in the half, Oshkosh's Nate Nazos scored a layup just before halftime, bringing the score to 32-25. About 5 minutes into the second half, Carter Hushka got a score off of a layup, giving the Blue Golds a 42-34 lead after Oshkosh brought it down to just 4 earlier in the second half. With 5:42 left in the game, Andre Renta drained a 3, giving him 21 points on the game and the Blue Golds' 53-44 lead. Oshkosh failed to come back as Eau Claire fended them off with some clutch free throw shooting towards the end of the stretch, winning 66-56. The Blue Golds went 9 for 26 from three-point range and shot 44.4% from the field, along with making 17 out of 18 free throws. Joey Chappelle led the way for Oshkosh, scoring a team-high 14 points, but it wasn't enough as Oshkosh struggled from beyond the arc, shooting just 25% on 24 attempts. With a first-round victory, the Blue Golds will now face UW La Crosse on the road Wednesday, February 26th at Mitchell Hall in La Crosse. La Crosse swept the season series against the Blue Golds 69-55 on January 4th and 60-55 on February 8th.
This past weekend was one to remember for the Blue Golds, as the men's side repeats as conference champions, adding to the 27th notch in their title belt in program history. Their total, 848.5, dominating the field by commanding a 94-point margin of victory. The women finished in the runner-up position, only falling to a dominant UW La Crosse side, as UWEC finished totaled 855 in their podium finish. Blake Wallen, Ben Keller, Xander Rowley, Adam Kamel were all crowned individual champions in their respective events, along with Caden Denner narrowly missing his own WAC record in the 1,650 freestyle by a mere 14/10 of a second. The Lady Blue Golds added 4 lone champions as well, as Molly Hossack, Kiera Besson, and Elena Plonis topped the podium on their own, while Hossack and Besson joined forces with Sydney McGuinn and Grace Schnabel to win the 400 freestyle relay. Eau Claire now dives into the national champion this weekend, starting on February the 28th and Saturday the 1st, with NCAA diving taking place in Greenville, Ohio. Stay afloat with their stats, ranks, and more over the weekend at BlueGolds.com or on the app, Blue Gold Sports app.
Women's lacrosse is out to a red-hot start, outscoring opponents 33-14 in their first 2 tilts of the season. The Blue Golds jumped right into the season with a 13-10 victory at Center College down south in Danville, Kentucky. After the opening score by Victoria Shea, Eau Claire never lost their lead throughout. In the same tune, junior Reagan Werner surpasses the century mark on her career points. Returning home to the Sonntag after a canceled match versus Rhodes, the blue and gold picked up right where they left off, thwarting Augusta College at a final scoreline of 21-4 for the first W in the new facility. An absolute masterclass from Ellie Fisher earned her WIAC Athlete of the Week, netting 7 goals in the home opener, only 1 short of the school record. Friday night will bring UWEC their 3rd of the season as they look to add to their positive trend this Friday, February 28th, back in the Sonntag against the Eagles of Edgewood College. Opening face-off is slated for 7 p.m.
That's all for the World of Blue Gold Sports. I'm David Abel.
And I'm Eli Bennis. Back to you, Sam and Elizabeth.
Welcome back to Behind the Spotlight, our new post show.
This weekend was the SAG-AFTRA Awards, so let's get into fashion highlights and award winners.
Yeah, so the awards was this past Sunday, and it was the 31st award ceremony. Some recipients, just actors, Timothy Chalamet, Demi Moore, Zoe Saldana, and Martin Short actually was a recipient for his role in Only Murders in the Building, which also received an award for its outstanding performance by an ensemble in a comedy series. I don't know if you've ever seen that. I've not, but I've heard a lot of good things about it.
So my mom actually is obsessed with that show.
Yes.
So I have seen it quite a few times with her. But I mean, Selena Gomez's acceptance speech for it was so sweet.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that is a show that I think everyone should see. Like, it's really funny. And that's very exciting to see them finally getting some of the recognition.
For sure, yeah.
Because they're coming out with, I believe, season 5 later this year. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, Martin Short and Steve Martin are hilarious in it. And then Selena credits them with basically raising her through the show. And I think it's just a really great thing that not only did Martin get recognized with the whole cast.
Yes, for sure. Some other things, Fall Guy also received an award for outstanding performance by a stunt ensemble. But, you know, there's a lot of other awards as well, a lot of speeches and a lot of outfits for the night.
Yes, so there were a lot of really fun outfits. As you can see here, a very diverse group of outfits between kind of some of the more like neutral colors to a lot of like brights. Like, I mean, Selena in her stunning navy blue ensemble for this part, and then Cynthia Erivo, again, I don't think she's had a bad outfit yet this award season, and Ariana Grande is looking adorable in some good old Glinda pink.
Yes.
Yeah.
For sure, yeah.
Lots of sparkles too to be seen.
Yes, yes.
Well, that's all that we have for you tonight.
Join us next week for your latest news, updates, and weather.
Make sure to check us out on mytv10.uwec.edu and at UWEC-TV10 on Instagram and TikTok. And subscribe to our YouTube channel. I'm Elizabeth Lindahl.
And I'm Samantha Burnett. Thank you and good night.